Ding, my man, we're back. It's Friday. We're going live. The great middleweight debate taking place here. Slap News. Once again, my man, your mug, my mug, and 4 strikers will be joining us here today to break down everything in the middleweight division. If you're a fan of Power Slap and you're a fan of the middleweight division, you're not going to want to miss this. I have a feeling it's going to get spicy. We got some guys with some personalities, and they've got things to say, and we're giving them the platform to do so, Ding. How excited are you for this?
Bro, we have some of the most sought-after athletes in Power Slap all at the same time. I've never seen it before. It's never been done before. I can't. I don't know what's gonna happen, right? Like I said, you got personalities. Everybody's different. Some guys know each other. Some guys don't really know each other. This is big, man. This is big.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be really good. We know the strikers, as always, in the comments. You guys want to get some questions for either of the 4 guys. The champ, John Davis. The newcomer, Isaih Quinones. Branden the Butcher Bordeaux, who just recently said in his promo, the best middleweight in the division. I'm sure that's going to spark some interest. As well, Azael Rodriguez. No shame being that guy. He's been there, chomping at the bit, working every day. We know there's a lot in Azael's game that he still has left, and incredibly excited to have him as part of this. So let's get right into it. We got a ton of questions. We're super excited. You guys have any questions, throw it in the comments section below. I'm sure there's gonna be some strikers here in the middleweight division that want to say some things as it relates to these strikers as well. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be exciting. But let's start off right off the bat. We got to give the man his due. The champ, John Davis. Let's bring him in. John, my man, what's going on?
Just another day in the life. Appreciate y'all having us get on here and, do the damn thing.
Absolutely. I'm excited to be, hosting this here. Ding himself. Nothing like this has been done before. We want to be able to give you guys a platform to talk, to guys be able to bring your stock out, let you guys have a voice. So we're going to keep on doing it. John, everyone's going to be gunning for you. So I hope you're ready, my man.
Story of my life, dog. Story of my life. Let's keep the ball. Let's keep the train rolling. I ain't fucking scared. Yes. Never will be.
Absolutely, my man. It's always great to have you, man. You're a great ambassador, so we appreciate it. We're going to bring in number 1 contender, the dog. Azael, what's happening, my man? Azael, we got you.
What's up? What's up? How's everyone doing?
Good, man. Doing real good. Appreciate you joining us. The dog is in the fight. We know you're working hard, my man. I see you working every single day, putting it in, and really riling the troops behind you, man. So I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you guys for having me. You already know every day is a work
let's
day
bring
for
in
me. Rest day is a work day, so you already know.
100%, my man. Let's bring in number 5 contender. We have Branden, the Butcher Bordeaux. What's up, my man?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Good, man. Just living the dream. About yourself?
Same. Living the dream, hanging out with my goats.
Awesome.
Family members.
Hey, John, come on. You can't let him show you up, John. He's got a goat in the background. Come on. It's all going downhill here.
Well, he's the butcher, He's probably got to make dinner tonight, so be it.
Absolutely.
We'll just snag one of those goats up real quick and throw them on the grill.
That's all you got to do. You can milk one real quick for some goat milk. Get a bowl of cereal while you're at it.
The apocalypse.
The light brown and white one, you don't want to milk him. He's a male.
Awesome, boys. Isaiah, what's up, my man?
What's up, guys? Saving the best for last or what?
Absolutely, man. The prettiest, at least. How's that? Awesome, boys. Let's get into it, my man. I'm super excited. Of course, Ding, if I haven't introduced him right off the hop, Ding is going to be starting us off. Ding, intro the first question to the entire group, my man.
Fellas, right now, as you guys know, middleweight seems like it's in a bit of a disarray. There's not really a clear contender. I want each of you guys, obviously not the champion, to tell the fans, tell everyone why you should be the next guy to challenge John Davis for the championship.
Start with Azael. Go down.
Give me a second here. Let's go. Let's start out with Isaiah. Let's start here.
Of course, I mean, I've been in the game for since 2020. So I was doing it, of course, with the Russians, if anybody knew that from before. But, I mean, I'd be an amazing fight because I have great power. I'd be able to test the chin of John.
Isaiah, Can we try to get you a little better connection, my man? You're super. It sounds like whatever you're connected to is not. I think it's just going straight into the phone.
Is that better?
Yeah, way better. Night and day.
All right. So yeah, no, like I was saying before, I've been in the game since 2020. Started off doing it with the Russians. I mean, I don't think John Davis's chin has been really tested. He hasn't had, my type of power yet. But I mean, we all know we all do this, and we're all great people. We're good at what we do. But I'm ready to bring some excitement to the game and get things rolling. I mean, I started, I've been off for a year, and I came in, with a good fight, nice little knockout. We got some whiny babies about that, but that's another story for another day.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. All right, Branden, let's get rocking, my man.
Hey, yeah, so I had said something before we started matchmaking for 8, you know what I mean? I haven't gotten a shot at Wesley or Azael to kind of get through there yet. But my thought process on it was that John's been sitting since October. I know he's chomping at the bit to get back at it. Before they made the matchups for 8, we looked down at 1. Azael's had 2 shots at John now. 2, Wes, he had his shot, and we all know how that went. AJ just coming in, obviously we all know how that ended with Azael, so he's not going to get a shot right now. And then you got that grimy little pussy who turned down a fight with me and who also has a loss, and then down to myself. So I just did it by process of elimination, but yeah, we got some big things coming up, so I plan on making a huge impact at 8, and we'll go from there.
Awesome, my man. I don't know who it was. Who turned down the fight? Because I need to know this.
I just said that grimy little pussy.
There we go.
Garrett Grimes.
I missed it.
You're good.
Awesome. I appreciate you, dude. All right, let's keep on going. Azael, make your case.
Well, John and I were obviously in season 1. We both left. He ended up being a champion, getting a win over me. His power slap 1. He got a knockout. 6 months later, I face him again, go 5 full rounds against John. I'm pretty sure I did enough to almost get the win. Unfortunately, I failed my first round. So it wasn't like John got like a definite victory over me. It's not like John made a statement that said, "Hey, I'm way better than you. I'm better than you." Like no shot at that. So let's fast forward now. I think it's safe to say that a third match against John, from getting a loss with John, getting knocked out, to going 5 full rounds, to hurting him pretty bad, to a trilogy, I could guarantee you there's going to be a knockout, and it's not going to be me getting knocked out. There's no one else that I see in the division that's going to give up a fight to my caliber. I don't think anyone hurts John in the division. I don't think anyone takes a shot from John in the division yet. So I think the only option that you have is Azael John 3. It's going to be a sick-ass match. I think it's going to be a match where both of us are going to be able to now talk shit to each other and try to prove who the fuck is the dominant one in the division. And it's going to be me.
Yeah. All right, my man. Exciting all around. I want to ask John Davis, but I'll hold off to the end of who he wants to go up against next. I think that'd be a great way to finish off the show, not right off the hop here. But I'm going to bring Ding back in. Are you good with those answers? You want to circle back on anything?
Nah, man, I think those are clear. I actually want John to talk about what he thinks of those answers.
All right. What do you think of that, John?
Well, to start with Isaiah, you think my chin hasn't been tested. There's a match that no one gets to watch, again, at heavyweight against Dorian Perez, who we know has power at heavyweight. So my chin was tested very well. It was a rule-setting match. So there's one to that. Branden, he makes valid points when it comes to process of elimination. I have no arguments with that. That is what it is. Azael makes good points. I don't think that him clubbing in the first round is what lost him that fight anyway, because it was a unanimous decision all the way through on the scorecards. I was up 3 rounds to the 2 that he had won, with or without the club. So, but no matter what, I don't give a fuck who's next. I would fight any of you, all of you at the same time if I had to. Don't give a shit. But glad everyone wants a piece. It is what it is. And of course, the chat as always, Wesley Drain, I'd give him his rematch. If they had offered me that fight to rematch him, I gladly would, but it has not been offered, nor has anybody else. I've asked multiple times about multiple fights with multiple people to see if maybe they wanted me to ask, to say whichever one of your crybaby names that likes to hang out and whine to think that I'm just hanging out trying to hold on to the belt, because I'm not. But good on everybody. Good points all over the place.
Hey,
What's up, Brandon?
Go ahead, man.
can you hear me?
We sure can. Uh-oh, we lost him. All right. All right. Well, follow-up question to that. Can you be a little more specific when you talk about Wesley Drain? Obviously, you see those comments. I mean, do you think he deserves it? Like, I get what people are saying, but where are you at on who deserves it next?
I don't care. I never have cared. I don't say who deserves what. It's what they decide. That's the thing. It has nothing to do with who deserves or who wants or who asks or who says anything. If the brass at Power Slap want to make that fight, they are going to make that fight. And that's not just against Wesley. That's against anybody. Against anybody at all. If they wanted me to fight, they would have set up they've had multiple occasions now. Gladly, I would have fought at any of them. But they have not yet. So that's, again, it has nothing to do with me or anybody else. Actually, it has to do with everybody else in the division. Because maybe if there was more standout victories, I guess, I don't know what people are looking for when it comes to them making the next match for whoever my opponent is. But at this point, I have no one to point fingers at other than the middleweight division itself. If one of you had an outstanding fight, they would have already made the match. So other than that, I have no clue.
Awesome. Let's see what these guys, if anything. Anybody got any response to that? Anything you want to say to that?
Yeah. I'll say something.
Anybody against
So-
anybody at all. If they wanted me to fight,
Yeah, but I can't
they
hear
would have
you.
set up.
Lagging. It's lagging a little bit. Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
Can you guys hear us? All right. So I will say this. I agree with John completely. Once we have these fights on this next card, I think that's where they're going to make the decision on who goes up against John. So, of course, myself, I'm on the card. And if I make a statement, I believe they'll give me a shot. I know Brandon's on the card. I know if he makes a statement, they're going to give him a shot. I agree with John completely, and that's what's going to happen. They want to see somebody that's going to put on a show. They want to see somebody who's going to have a great match, and that's who they're going to put up against John.
All right, fellas. Anybody else want to respond to what John said?
Isaiah is exactly right on that. I firmly believe the same thing, and I have a little bit of information that we are 100% looking for a contender off from 8 for John. So whoever goes out there and presses the most is obviously going to be the one to pull that shot.
And last but certainly not least, my man, you got anything you want to respond to that?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not on the Power Slap 8 card, which I'm not mad about or anything. There's other middleweight people that deserve a shot at the spotlight, deserve a shot at showing what they got. So I wouldn't even be mad if any of the guys on the card, once they win, they do get a shot at John Davis. I honestly don't see anyone winning against John. So, I mean, I kind of think it's a waste of time, but it's okay. I'm not mad at giving them a shot at John. But whenever it is my time to get that trilogy, whenever it is my time to get my next match to show that I deserve that trilogy, that's when you guys are gonna realize that Azael is the only one that is deserving of the champion. And I feel like just my loss against AJ just kind of like brought me down for whatever reason. It is what it is, but I mean, I'm excited to see the middleweights go at it in Power Slap 8. I'm not gonna hate on him. Just all love from El Perro, but I just don't see anyone beating John Davis yet. So I'm the only one that beats John.
All right, my man. Some great words for sure. Let's keep on rolling. This one, going back to John. We're going to bring him up here. John, entire division, who do you think is the most deserving of a title shot and why?
I guess that's the problem. There isn't a clear answer for that. Again, it could be anybody. Yeah, Wesley's coming off of two KOs and then a decision win. You know, if they wanted to give him that, I'm sure they would. Isaiah, for example, he's got the background from being in this game even before I had ever got into it and coming off of a KO. So, you know, it could easily be him. Again, Branden, three wins in a row, minus the draw. So that could, you know, they're giving guys title shots off of DQs. So at this point, honestly, I have no fucking clue. And that's another one. AJ, technically you just won that fight, even though I'm sure that could be questionable, especially if you ask Azael about that. But it could be AJ because he's fresh in the division and they want to be able to give him a title shot now. So I don't think there is a clear person to come in and compete, and that's why I'm in the spot that I'm in, and this discussion is happening right now to help maybe clear the air on that and figure some things out.
Right. So we'll skirt around. We'll let some of the other guys.
I don't fucking know, dude. Any of you. I don't give a shit.
There we go. Awesome. That would have been the right answer the first time, but let's just keep on going with it. We'll bring in Azael because the next one's for him. So we'll bring him up here. Azael, you've obviously fought John twice. You lost your last fight due to a DQ. What do you think you have to do to get back at a title shot?
I think just my next match, just get another knockout in the first round. That should be enough to get me another title shot. At this point, I think they're going to be pushing for other people to give to John, which, like I said, I'm not mad about. There's others that are deserving of potential title shots. So I think just getting another opportunity and just taking that opportunity and just knocking out my next opponent in the first shot should be enough to give me another title shot.
All right. Awesome, my man. Okay, we'll keep on rolling here real quick. All right. Isaiah, you with me, my man?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Ding, you want to jump in here?
Yes, sir. So, Isaiah, there's been some rhetoric that you have only won one fight. I think you alluded to it a little earlier. And some people are saying it should have been a DQ, yet Power Slap and media are pushing you. What do you think? What do you think of this rhetoric or this, sort of people, both your fellow strikers and fans potentially implicating that this is the case?
That's a little funny. We got Ryan Wallace, who's been whining and crying all over social media, saying I clubbed him twice now. Even though the guy keeps reaching out and saying, oh, hey, man, great job. I'm so glad you won. You got me clean. And then he goes out on social media saying, hey, you clubbed me twice and, this and that. Well, if we look back at it, I take the L on the club. I clubbed him the first time. I'm, a little rusty. I got back in the game, didn't get my distance correct. But the next two were not clubs. And if you look back at the fucking recordings, you can see the guy moving his face every time, and they didn't call him for flinching. So if he wants to cry about that, and he stepped, if he wants to cry about that, but just take the L, bro. I took an L when I went against Russell, and Russell stepped. Russell, could have got called for a club, but I took the L. It's a loss. I fucking lost, and that's it. Quit crying about it, dog. Move on. Get better. Go train. Improve yourself, and don't whine about it. Nothing's going to change, man. It's the decision, and it already happened. And what people don't know and what they don't understand is, I got one win in Power Slap. The very first match I had against Nikolai in Power Slap, the exhibition rounds to get into the house, I was clubbed. I was just coming off of having COVID. I'm not going to give excuses, though. Again, I lost. So I just take the L. But people don't know that I'm 5-0 in another, organization where I was going up against people that were outside of my weight class. I was going up against heavyweights. I was going up against, people that were way bigger than me. So, I mean, I know that we're going to have some people whining and some skeptics out there, but they'll see on the next match when I go ahead and I drop Wesley Drain. Like I said, I love everybody, love all my boys, love Wesley, but I got to go up there and I got to put on a show, and I'm going to be the first one to knock him out.
So you're confirming that you're fighting Wesley Drain.
Yes.
So that gives us a little bit more of a middleweight, so to speak, tighter picture for those of you asking about Wesley in the chat. All right, let's keep going. Bringing up Branden. Branden, it seems like many of the middleweights that are, some of them who are here, some who are not, they don't think you belong anywhere near the title picture. They don't think you've done anything to deserve it. What do you say to that?
Well, I'm still the only middleweight outside of John, I guess, at middleweight. I'm the only middleweight sitting here without a loss. And I've talked to many other people, and anybody who watches that last fight with Eddie, that draw was kind of, yeah. When you go 6 rounds with somebody and you beat them 5 out of the 6 rounds, the one round that they win was a round that, I did foul. I'm not saying I didn't, but that's the only round of the 2 fights that he had won. It's not my fault that I didn't get handed Wes or Azael coming out of the house. They tried to hand it to that grimy little dude, and he shit the bed and lost to Wesley. So, a lot of the problem at the top is the fact that John has been so dominant. You know what I mean? Nobody's been able to take him out of there. And if somebody gets up there and takes him out, well, then that opens up the whole damn division. I mean, I'm sure John actually would be entitled to a rematch because of what he's done. But if somebody was to get him out of there, that opens up the whole damn division. I mean, you got Azael right back in there, Wes right back in there with a new champion. I mean, whoever does it and whoever can do it, is going to blow the division open.
Absolutely. I'm going to bring everybody up here. We're going to do more of a round table discussion. So we'll bring the guys in here once again. So I think it's great to set the table, kind of where we're at, where we're going. I'm going to start out. We'll go around the horn. What do you guys think about guys like Isaiah and guys like Static coming into the division? Is this a good way to strengthen this division? Or do you guys take some, I don't want to say insult to it, but do you guys take it as some of these guys coming into it, potentially trying to take away from it? So let's start at the top. We'll go with Branden. What do you think of new guys coming, dropping weight to come down?
I think it's a good thing. The best people you can get in the division. I mean, I'm sure John could speak as the champion. You'd like to look down that division and see how badass that division is. You don't want to look down there and be like, just kind of You know what I mean? So the tougher guys that we can get to come down, Isaiah, AJ, I mean, there's other people who have said stuff, or if you get guys that come up, I mean, whatever it is, whatever makes the division stronger is good for all of us.
100%. Azael.
I personally love it. I had the opportunity to face the former light heavyweight champion, and I put some work on him, and I'm able to prove that I have that power and I have that skill level to be able to put a former champion down, to put someone down that's trying to come into the division and trying to make a name for themselves in the division, trying to place themselves in the rankings. And I love it. I personally love it. I personally love the diversity in the division. People from the lighter weight could come up. People from a heavier weight could come down. I honestly welcome anyone in the division. So I personally like it a lot.
Awesome. John, what do you think, my man?
Like I told you guys the last time we got to chat, I think it's awesome that, guys coming down, for the new guys that come in, like when Branden finally showed up, I hadn't even met him until I got to coach the last event. So he was a new face to me all together in this division. So, new people in general is awesome because it opens up not just for myself, who the future competition is going to be, but that opens up for everyone who's a top contender. So that way we can put on these matches. I want to be able to fill up a whole card with middleweights because everybody else is so boring, or they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want my division to be the scariest, hardest division to be in. So that way, as long as I'm at the top, no one can ever take anything away from not what just I've done and what I've been able to do, but what this division is and why it's so fucking deep. And you know, people want to come to the middleweight division, not because they think it's easy, but because they know that this is going to be a fucking challenge.
Yeah. I mean, you're the longest standing original champ from Power Slap #1. Is there, I don't know, let's just put it out there. Is there anybody outside of the division currently in Power Slap, whether it be up or down, that you would welcome into the division?
I mean, anyone who was a former champ or is a current champ, that would be fun for me, because then that's, you know, another level of status to reach. Me personally, I would like to, you know, maybe go touch another belt in a different division, but that's not happening right now, and that's not nor the time nor the place. So if that occasion were ever to occur, that would be what I would like to do to add on to, you know, my resume of everything in here.
What about any other guys? Azael, anybody outside of the division you'd like to fight?
Burn Cathy would be a great one to fight. I think I called him out after the house.
Yeah.
Me going up to 205 or him coming down to 185. Him coming down to 185 would just make things easier for me not to be going up in weight and stuff. So Burn Cathy, I know he's talked about it already. So that would be an exciting person to come down to our division and potentially get a match against him.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Isaiah, I know you're just coming into it, but I'll ask you anyways. Anyone outside the division that you'd like to go up against?
I mean, I'd like to go against Russell again. That'd be a nice one. I think I would. You know, Russell's got a lot cleaner with his fights, with his matches. So I'd definitely like that rematch again eventually.
Awesome. And Brandon?
Yeah, I have, you know, I've set out goals to achieve down at middleweight, but I was very vocal from the first time I talked to you guys last August that I plan on achieving these goals and going up to 205. I mean, it's not much of a secret that I'm not I'm kind of a big middleweight. I walk around 210, 215, so I diet down pretty good. I don't do this cutting weight at the last minute shit. I start 6-8 weeks before. I diet right down, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'd like to, you know, achieve the goals that I have set out at middleweight, and then I'd like to go up to light heavyweight.
Awesome, boys.
You guys go see that comment?
The West.
Well, we invited Wes Adrian up here. It doesn't seem like he wants to come up here. But Wes, if you'd like to come up here, you know, you definitely are welcome to. But
that's your match, Isaiah.
It seems like some of these guys might want to talk to you.
They're here for you, Wesley.
These fools act like I'm sitting out on my own free will. This is horse shit.
I'm here for you, Wesley.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously waiting on, you know, somebody to make, you know, a huge statement, you know, with 8 coming up, because I mean we all understand and see people getting title shots off DQs, losses, whatever it may be. So I mean, realistically, they could look down the division and grab somebody if they really wanted to, but you know, like we've said, they want somebody who's gonna make a hell of an impact and really solidify that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, no smoking allowed, Wesley. No smoking allowed.
It's actually a pretty cool jungle setup he's got. Did you see that, the heavy bag out there in the forest, and he's bringing in the Executioner?
he's a true how do you say it? True Oklahomian, or he's definitely from Oklahoma.
Yeah, which is pretty funny. You know, I mean, honestly, the middleweight division has given us a ton of great fights. I mean, even Brandon and Eddie, you know, back and forth, going the distance. We've seen John and the wars that he's had with Azael, the wars he's had with Wesley also. You know, like, let's talk about the middleweight and kind of being, you know, in that middle ground of, you know, athleticism, power, and speed, and the combination that all kind of joins together. So whoever wants to talk about that can lead off.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say our group is the most diverse. we all have our, our powers in different, parameters, right? So, I mean, I could say we have a good mix of everybody. But I think right now is going to be our time, and middleweight is going to be in the limelight. Middleweight, is going to be the top, viewed class right now. And I think this is a good group of people to do that.
Anybody else?
I'll piggyback on that. I completely agree. Between the new guys coming in, the third season, just getting out, everyone in the middleweight division stepping up, whether they're coming off a win or a loss, every single person is hungry to get back up there and compete and put on the best of their abilities, a great fucking show for everyone. So again, like I said, just piggybacking off of that.
Yeah. I mean, how do you guys feel about, Power Slap as a whole, how it's representing the division, the amount of matches that are getting put on cards? I know everybody wants, selfishly, to be on every single card, but are you guys feeling happy with where I guess the way you guys are being treated right now and the opportunities that are being placed in front of you?
Well, hey, it's like you guys said the other day. I mean, what'd you guys say? There's got to be 200 to 250 guys on the roster or so right now, and we're doing events like every other month. So if that's that's only 6 events a year. I mean, unfortunately, there is going to be people who end up getting stuck sitting out, 8-10 months to a year, and it does suck. But you know what I mean. What do they do besides put on more events? But I don't know. Are they ready for that right now? Or, we also got to cut down on the fouling, the DQs, the shit like that. I mean, there's no substitution for hard work. Get your ass out there, work out, work on your technique, practice on the bob, practice on pads, whatever the hell it's got to be. Just work on your damn technique. I feel like there's so many guys in this who are just coming into the events and not outside of the events, not out working their ass off. They come in there, they just expect, we're just slapping each other, you know what I mean? And they're not working on their technique, so of course their technique gets fucked up. So obviously, work your asses off, and it goes for the whole middleweight division. I mean, it's no secret that the middleweight division is kind of looked at as what right now? Probably one of the bottom divisions. So it's up to all of us to work our fucking asses off and go out there, you know what I mean, put on a fucking show for everybody to see and bring the light to the middleweight division.
Yeah, I could piggyback on that and agree with Brandon 100%. Like the way I train like if I was, a fighter. I'm going rounds with people. I do cardio. I do everything. I lift. There's a reason why people look at my last fight and they're like, "No way, you guys are in the same weight class. You look way bigger than him." I was like, "Yeah, well, he was a fat boy who got skinny, and I was the guy who just fucking lift weights and get, I have muscle. I don't, that's my thing is exactly what Brandon said. Go out there and train. And all these people whining about, I'm not on this card, or when am I going to get on that card? There's favorites, there's this and that. Go put on a fucking show, go put in the work, and fucking make yourself relevant. That's all you got to do is make yourself relevant. That's all they want.
No substitution for hard work.
100%. What do you guys touched on the DQs a little bit here. What do you think needs to be done to cut it down? And do you think they can implement anything to deter fouling and the disqualifications that we're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I would say with all the refs, they need to be on the same page. There's one ref that'll say one thing, another ref that'll call another thing. They just got to get on the same page. And like we've had people say, "Hey, we should put our feet in bindings when we hit people so you don't step," or this and that. But that's a horrible idea because then we all have knee injuries. But it's like there's little things you can implement here and there, but you just got to get, the referees, the commission, everybody on the same page.
But yeah, they got to implement some kind of ruling, you know what I mean? Because it's getting carried away, and obviously fans and all of us in general, they don't want, nobody wants to see matches end by DQ, or especially if it's in the second damn round. And so it's, they either got to implement some kind of fines or, forfeiting a coin toss, or something's definitely got to be done to try to cut down on some of those, the fouls and DQs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because I think we end up in these situations, obviously, when we have these disqualification victories. Even look at in the case of Danny Van Heerden, a disqualification loss. That leaves some of these questions unanswered. So the more that we can get clarification, the better.
Corey, and then like I said, though, it's not also just on Power Slap. I mean, implementing more rules. it's also on us athletes, like I said, to get your ass out there and practice your technique, work on everything. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know some of the calls are inconsistent. I made a post a few weeks ago, you know what I mean, comparing my club to some other club. You know, we've all seen some of the inconsistency, but it doesn't matter. We need to, you guys, we should all be working on our technique and working to get better.
I agree on that wholeheartedly, and like everyone's saying, they all need to be on the same page, because if we look back at Wolverine versus Turpin at the last event, Wolverine had to move his feet because one referee said the rule set was different than the other referees do. Because to our understanding, it was all just a portion of your feet has to be inside of that square on the ground. But the referee told him his feet needed to move in. So, you know, if he's been practicing standing that exact stance for hundreds to thousands of strikes while he's at home, and then all of a sudden he has to bring his feet in, he's not standing in the exact same way he's been practicing for, you know, we'll say months if he was getting ready for it for that long. But again, everyone needs to be on the same page. And as for the DQ stuff, from my understanding, I believe they are trying to implement something that is going to have repercussions for people for having all of these issues that keep occurring.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some things that can be done on both sides. I think it's definitely going to make the sport better and give us, you know, a lot more clarification, like, you know, when we're putting these, you know, matches and stuff together. I mean, what do you guys think? I guess let's throw it out there. So Isaiah, let us know. Wesley, Dre, the three of you guys, John, Azael, Brandon, what do you guys think of that match? And, you know, the preview of what could come. Anybody?
That's a match that I'm fucking excited about. Man, it's going to be for sure it's going to be a challenge for both of them. But if my boy Isaiah puts down Wesley, man, that's gonna fucking make a sick statement. Put him on that contender championship match against John. I don't know, man. That match is wild for me. I think fans are gonna love it. I think it's gonna be full of power, full of I don't know, man. Both guys bring a lot of excitement, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, Brandon, what do you think of that?
I think both guys are, you know, they're both tough. They both have a chin. Man, I don't know if I mean I could definitely see it being a 3-round war. You know what I mean? I think, you know, like I said, I think both of them have a really good chin. So I think it, you know, it might be a hell of a 3-round war.
John.
I'm gonna say whoever is the winner of that plays a very good chance at that being the number one contender spot next. At least that's how I view that one. I haven't paid attention to who else has matchups yet, but considering all of the factors, that's probably someone who's in line for a title shot next for whoever wins out of the two.
Interesting.
And if not a title shot, a shot against El Perro, for sure. That would be a fucking wild match. Whoever the winner of that, if they don't want to give him to John, give him to me. I think that's the only logical thing to do.
Brandon, what do you think of that? Is that number one contender match?
You know, I have my own plans for 8. You know what I mean? So I think I go in there and I blow the roof off and get a huge knockout. You know, I think it's gonna be kind of hard. You know, kind of hard to tell me no. But then again, at the same time, I mean, if you look at if Isaiah was to sleep West, I mean, that's a hell of an argument. And then it's the same if West beats Isaiah. I mean, he's obviously got a big argument too. So I mean, it's gonna be whoever blows the roof off, whoever makes the biggest impression, and I'm guessing is who they're gonna take for John at the next event.
Interesting. Isaiah, I'm gonna throw it to you since you couldn't answer the last one. Any of these 3 guys you'd like to go up against?
Obviously, John. Who else? No, honestly, like, I love all these guys. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe I have the biggest heart in the group, I'll say, in the whole middleweight division, the whole power slap. I have the biggest heart. I love.
Yeah, you probably do. I'm a heartless motherfucker. I don't care.
Hey, I have the biggest heart. I love all these motherfuckers, but I'll slap them all too. So, but I'll go against any of these guys. I know any show with any match with any of these guys that are in this group right now is gonna get views, is gonna be good, and people are going to get excited. And this is the excitement we need to bring to middleweight.
Gotcha. I'll throw just the name out there, Eddie Spaghetti. Any comments you guys want to say towards it?
Yeah, here I'm actually going to speak on Eddie for a second, because we got a lot of dipshits out here that want to give me shit for not knocking Eddie out, when I think a lot of you guys aren't understanding that Eddie is pretty fucking tough. And I think when they decide to let him go on his own path, I think he's going to kind of prove a lot of people wrong. I mean, I know everybody knocks out Amir, but he smoked Amir in one shot. You know what I mean? He's ate 6 of my shots. You know what I mean? I can tell you he's got a pretty good whack on him. I've obviously got a hell of a chin, but I think a lot of people are discrediting. You know what I mean? Trying to come at me about not knocking him out. You're discrediting Eddie's chin, and he's a fuck of a lot tougher than what a lot of these people think.
Anybody else?
No, the keyboard warriors are always winning, bro. That's their style.
Yeah.
Let them have it. No, since I'm already flapping, I would say he's one that I feel like for, USA versus Canada, bro, that would be a good matchup in the future. Not trying to discredit anybody that's in here with me right now, but that would be a fun storyline for them to run with. It would be no different than Ohio versus Michigan when it comes to Brandon and myself. So, obviously the trilogy with Azael, it's all about the storyline, I think. And I think a good one for myself and Eddie in the future would be, USA versus Canada. Let's rock and roll.
You know who I'd like to see? I'd like to see Spaghetti and AJ. That's who I'd like to see.
Oh, I personally would like to see Eddie versus that grimy little guy.
That'd be a good one too.
That'd be a good one.
Perfect segue. That guy's between Branden and Isaiah. Obviously, he's number 4. You guys are 5 and 6 respectively. Azael, you're up there with the champion at number 1, and you held your spot for a while. What do you guys think about Garrett Grimes? I mean, he is somewhere in there. I know Brandon's got his feelings about him. What are your thoughts on Garrett Grimes and what's?
I don't know. When you turn down fights and then you want to talk shit just a couple weeks later, I mean, that's just fucking beyond me. So I don't have much of an opinion on him. I think he's questioning his chin. I think West rocked the shit out of him. We know Merlis rocked him 2 out of the 3 rounds. I think he's questioning his chin. He came in when we were in the house. I mean, the way he went at Garrett Blakesley all tough until they got into it. You know what I mean? I sat right there when they tried to get Garrett to come up to 205 to create that story, and he wanted nothing to do with that, absolutely at all. He was shitting his pants. He wanted nothing to do with it. He came up with every fucking excuse not to do it. So then he gets offered me at 7, and he comes up with every motherfucking excuse in the book again.
There we go. Some choice words from Bordeaux. So needless to say, you probably don't think Grimes deserves to be number 4.
I mean, no, I don't. No, especially when you go to turn down a fight like that. I mean, okay, if me and him are at the last event, you know what I mean, and something big happens there, John very well could be fighting right now. You know what I mean? But he had his jaw hurt. He had a headache. He had COVID. He was nauseous. He couldn't get time off work. He had to have a tooth pulled. I mean, I have every one of these fucking excuses that he gave. So, and he gave Erica a whole nother fucking excuse too. So, no, I mean, seriously, you know what I mean? When you turn down fights like that, you know what I mean? I think you're a pussy. So,
Do you think if you turn down fights, should that impact the rankings after that particular fight match or comes out? I mean, obviously, there could be valid reasons if you're injured, but I mean, if you're turning down for, arbitrary reasons, do you think that should impact the rankings?
Well, I think it impacts like the show right now, because I know he was bitching and whining that he didn't get on 8. Well, no shit, because you just turned down a fight on 7. So they're not gonna come back over to you and be like, hey, do you want to turn down another fight, or you know what I mean? So of course they're gonna move on with these guys who keep saying yes and take every fucking opportunity that they want to give them, and the guys that want to put on a show, the guys who aren't scared to get up there. That's that.
Yeah. Makes
No,
sense.
I think that'll play a
Merlis,
factor.
anybody? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
And I was going to say, I think that should play a factor because, perfect example, how many matches have all of us had to sit out and wait? Like I've asked for multiple matches. I know Brandon's probably asked for multiple matches. And I know these 2 other guys in here with us have asked for a match at some point in time when they weren't on a card. So you know, if it's not just because it's Garrett Grimes, because I don't have any ill will towards him, but when you turn down fights, you kind of fuck shit up, because if they want that fight to happen, there's a reason for it. You know, like Brandon said, there could have been a contender from that if that's who they wanted to put in there up against me for this event. But because someone can't get a fight, then not only, again, the middleweight division, I have to sit and wait because you can't, for whatever your reason is, whether it's valid or not, you can't show up when they call. I don't know. I have a bit of a problem with that, because when they call, I answer, and the contract's already signed before they even fucking send it to me.
Mm-hmm. And then you got these jackasses out there who want to play like this favoritism game. How about it's just every time that the damn phone rings that people say yes to the opportunity. And when you continue to say yes to the opportunity, or you're going out and like I just did, I cut 24 pounds in 9 days to serve as a backup. When you're doing things like those continuously, of course they're going to call you back. Not when you're sitting out here turning down fights. They're not going to fucking call you back right away.
Yeah, they want somebody reliable. That's it.
Exactly.
I agree. Merlis, we got to see him. Kind of weird twist. I personally don't think we've seen the best of him. Do you guys think he deserves a shot in Power Slap again?
Can I go on that first?
Whoever wants to.
Yeah, I firmly think he does. You know what I mean? I was in the house with Merlis. He's a tough guy. He comes from, I think he's in the military and stuff. I know he comes from a wrestling background like myself, so I know that he's, I know he's got a fighter's mentality. And I definitely think that there's no reason why he shouldn't get that call back. And hopefully, with us going overseas and stuff, hopefully we get to see, a couple of those guys who really are chomping at the bit. I know, Sean Kilmartin from Ireland. I know he's been chomping at the bit, wants to get back in there. I don't know the deal with Kamza and stuff like that, but some of those other guys, it would be great to get some of these international guys back in here. And it's good for the sport too, right? The more international guys we have in, for instance, bringing Danny over to this title fight, I totally get it from a business standpoint, because you're bringing the whole damn country of, Africa and South Africa and all his following and everything into Power Slap, and bringing all those eyes and attention. So from a business standpoint, it makes complete fucking sense. But we sit back here and we're like, oh man, people getting these shots off DQs and stuff. But we all understand the game that we're in now. So go out there, make an impact, whether it's on social media, whether it's on the stage. Obviously you got to make an impact on the stage as well, but make an impact on the stage, make an impact on social media, be out there working your ass off, and say yes to every opportunity that they're offering you. Don't be saying no, because then you're going to get skipped over.
Yeah, I'll go fucking be a ring girl and fucking, stand up there on the stage if they give me the call for that too. I'll do it all.
Hilarious. A little trivia question to see how much you guys watch Slap News. Who said they wanted to face somebody from North Africa? Which striker said it?
Let's see.
As they already know. Happened in a Slap News
Not
interview.
sure.
You missed that one?
Danny? Was it Danny?
I watched all your shit except for that one. I didn't watch that one.
All right. Austin Turpin it was. He wanted to fight someone from North Africa. Just so you guys know, North Africa is not a thing. So
no, yeah.
But in his brain, it's still there. So we're all right. What do you guys think of this format? You guys enjoy it? You guys having fun? Anything you guys want to change up? What do you guys feel?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. You guys to give us a platform to be able to speak on things and bring light to the division, and all of us individuals as well.
Awesome. So anybody in the comments, drop some questions if you guys got them. We haven't seen too many of them. Let's stir some more up there. Wesley Drain was in there for a second. Anyone want to talk about Wesley Drain?
Hey, Wesley, guess what? If they give me the match, I would have fucking taken it already. We all know this. If they would have given me any match, I would have taken it already. I'm not ducking no one. I'm not turning no one down. It doesn't matter if I would have called you out right after when I fucking dislocated my shoulder and we went the entire distance. Like, it doesn't matter. I would have gladly taken the fight. Wesley knows that. Everyone else who thinks that I'm ducking not just him, but no, I'm not fighting on purpose, you're out of your fucking minds. Sign on the dotted line.
All right. Let's,
The Executioner, Wesley's new boyfriend.
where's the other one? Let's go to everybody
Yeah,
but Isaiah.
I saw
Yeah,
their
what up?
training. Their training looked like it was more like they were trying to dance or fool around with each other. I don't know about that training.
I saw a hickey on the Executioner the day after they fucking first started shooting.
I seen that shit
It
too.
was questionable as fuck.
Awesome.
Hey, to be fair, it wasn't just Wes and that guy though. There was another guy there too, I think.
Amazing.
The cameraman.
Everybody but Isaiah. To the other guys, what do you think of Isaiah having a Cybertruck? Does it fit or is it trying too hard?
My daughter
I
called
think
him out
that's
yesterday.
badass.
He was like, he doesn't really own that, does he?
Oh man!
You pulling a Rich Piana and just borrowing someone else's vehicles for the shoot?
Nah, I was one of the lucky ones that put the $100 back in 2018, and I only bought it because I was gonna resell it. But now I think I might keep it. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Awesome. We had Isaac coming in here. There we go. We got a good question. Who is ready for the Chief? I won't try to say his name.
Yeah, my boy Zach Zane done fucked him up in MMA already. So
Damn. Nah, hey, all I know is I've been against some Hawaiians. I could take a hit. I guess I got to go against them later on in the future. I'll be the first one to knock him out, I guess. In power slap.
Anybody else? The Chief? What do you guys think of seeing him? Obviously, you guys seen. I guess we've seen so far. We've seen the step that he had. I mean, that is public, right? Did they post it on
think
Rumble
he's
yet? Okay.
Yeah. I think he's sadly mistaken because he keeps telling everybody he's the champion of power slap in every picture and every video that he has, but he doesn't have this, and he probably never fucking will. So he should probably get his shit together, and probably fix
right.
the crap that he's saying, because that doesn't make any fucking sense. You're not the champion. I guarantee there's a good chance, especially with these 3 other dudes in here, that you'll never even make it to a title fight.
Pretty bold words.
Or Wesley
Pretty
Drain.
bold
There you
words.
go, Wesley. Wesley Drain probably will fuck you up, bro.
He said, just get better.
Well, Wes, according to you guys, Wesley seems to have a way of doing some other people up with the hickey on the neck of the Executioner. So maybe he's going Diddy style on us or something.
Oh, shit.
Wes like that.
All right, boys. Dang, what's happening, man? Is my mic cut now?
It should be, dude. It should be.
Oh, boys. All right. Any other questions in the comments?
Yeah, fellas, if you guys can predict the main event and the co-main event, the super heavyweight and the welterweight title fights on Power Slap 8.
This one's hard, man. I'll say I love my boy, the Crazy Hawaiian. That's my boy. I started with him day one. This guy, I haven't met him yet, but I think he's gonna give him a run for his money. But my boy Crazy Hawaiian comes out for the win. And I say my boy Emmanuel.
Anybody else?
Azael?
I was out in Vegas recently and I saw the Crazy, and I sized him up I like sizing people up to see if I could take them. The Crazy actually looks a lot more healthier than what he did when I first met him. The last time I had seen him. So now he looks like he kind of put on muscle. He looks solid. He doesn't look like he's just overweight. He looks like he has a lot of power under him. So I would choose the Crazy on this one for sure. And then as far as Emmanuel and Babyface actually fucking surprised the fuck out of me. One, taking a big ass club from KO Chris, and 2, putting KO Chris down. So that one, I mean, it's hard for me to predict that one, but I don't know, man. I can't choose that one for sure.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat kind of as Azael. I think, man, I think the crazy is going to be hard to beat. But if somebody could do it, it could be Danny. I love Danny's personality, and he has fun up there, and he does bring a lot of light and attention to it. So just him being involved in it, that's definitely going to be a killer match. It's going to be fun. And then as far as at 170, I can't pick between that. I absolutely love Manny, and Blackburn's from Michigan. Me and Blackburn are the only two guys from Michigan, so he's got my full support as well. So I just hope it's a hell of a match, and I wish the best for both of them.
Branden, this one's for you, my man. Rhodes is getting in here.
Mr. DQ that weighs like 194 pounds.
Mr. Rhodes, wasn't he entwined with something with Chin Reaper? I think vaguely see. Was that the same thing?
Yeah, that's smart. Expose your season.
Gotcha. What do you guys think of Chin Reaper and his marketing tactic to get into the league? Is it going to work for him?
Who?
You know what?
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah. I'll say this. The guy is persistent, and I think for that alone, I'll do it because like Branden said earlier, you got all these guys saying no. I think he'll say yes to everything. So I think give him an opportunity, because if you guys got people saying no, give him a shot.
Yeah,
I completely agree with Isaiah. I fuck with the Tin Reaper. He's always been cool as fuck with me, and I know that for a fact that he will never turn down a fight. So I think him like continuing being persistent and doing the videos that he's doing or whatever he's doing, I think if it's gonna get him an opportunity, fuck it. Who are we to say no? Don't do that. But I think he's one of those that's not gonna ever turn down a match.
awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I'll piggyback off that. I completely agree. I've had nothing but good conversation with him. He's a funny guy and stuff. So and like these other guys have said, he's going to be somebody that's not going to say no, unlike some of these other guys. So why not just give him his opportunity? I made a comment the other day. I was like, I feel bad for how much Erica's phone probably blows up with some of these people who just constantly tag her and stuff. And I could just imagine like what goes through her head with some of the shit she has to see. But you know what I mean? He is very persistent, and it doesn't hurt just to give him a shot. Give him at least one and see where it goes.
All right. Ding, take over, my man.
Anybody got any thoughts on this for Turpin and Wolverine at 205 for the actual light heavyweight championship?
Terp, I don't think needs the title shot. I think somebody else deserves it.
Man,
I
I
can
think
speak on that considering I was there the last one. Go ahead. No, you can go ahead, Branden. I'll wait.
I was just gonna say, if Turpin goes in there and ends up finishing Vern, how do you how do you go away from that rematch with Ron? So if he goes in there and puts him out, then yeah, he probably is gonna get that rematch. And the same for Vern. If Vern could go in there and make a big statement, he's probably getting that shot too.
But who wins that fight?
Who wins it?
I think
I'll say Wolverine.
Wolverine wins again if they're at the weight like they're supposed to, because that's I agree, because that's part of what as I was coaching that fight last time, you could see the difference, because one dude had prepared and did what he needed to do to make weight, and then obviously had to go back up because you have to be over, you have to be more than 205 or 206 to be able to be considered heavyweight. So Wolverine went from being on his strict plan to make weight to then having to eat and go up when Terp was, as heavy as he was already. So I feel like if that weight issue doesn't happen, that Turpin doesn't get the victory the way he did last time, and Wolverine, probably walks away with that again.
Gotcha. I'm not sure I fully understand this whole concept. Maybe Branden, you can help me out. I've seen another one pointed towards you.
All right, well, which one are you talking about? My cousin, or are you talking about Dum Dum that's on the screen now?
Yeah, the one that's on the screen. Yeah.
Listen,
That is real. So call yourself a nobody. That's an idiot. Idiotic move there. But it doesn't matter because it's where the division is sitting and it's where I placed myself in the division. You know what I mean? I've been, obviously I'm one of these top guys in this division, and all it takes is a big ass highlight, one more big ass highlight, and they're looking for a knockout from me. It takes one big knockout, and there it is. That's the title shot. So
yeah, I can piggyback on that. This is gonna be, if he wins this one, what is that, 4-0 now? So,
yep.
That deserves an opportunity. Come on now. So
and at the same time, we don't make the match. You know what I mean? We don't make the matches either because Azael. I've told Azael many times I would go against Azael. I'll go against anybody in the division. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? So when they called me with this, that was the option to take. As far as I know, there's 2 middleweight fights on this card. Whoever makes the biggest impression is getting a title shot.
And again, going back to getting the calls and saying yes, Brandon got a call for a non-ranked person and said yes. So that's it. Like, he's just doing it because he wants to fight and he wants to go out there and show people what he's got still. Mm-hmm. He doesn't care if it's a nobody. He doesn't care if it's a champion. He took a fight and said yes.
Mm-hmm.
To make that impression, because I know where the damn division is. Obviously I would rather take Azael or West. You know what I mean? But I need that highlight, need that knockout. Is what it is. This is what they called with. This is what they wanted. That's what I'll take.
All right, Azael, going for you. How excited would you be? Wesley drained John Davis too. Would you like to see that fight?
Not at all. I honestly think Wesley had the opportunity to beat John. With John, I called John the crippled. John got crippled as fuck during his match, and West still fucking lost. I wouldn't be excited at all for a rematch. I don't know.
You know what's wild? What I had said before is that how long these top guys, John, Wes, Azael have been in this. Wes has 9 fights. Azael, you're sitting at 7. And for those two to have not matched up against each other, kind of a weird situation.
That would be an exciting fight right there. Me and Wes. If they don't want to give me John 3, give me Wes. Let me knock him out. If Isaiah can't knock him out, let me knock out Wes.
Well, I'll piggyback on that. I'll knock him out. I'll go against John, and you could have Wes.
Or I'll have you for the championship after.
Hey.
And then I'll have John for the championship. It all circles around again.
Erica, if you're watching this, you got to hire us for some matchmaking too. We can do it all. We can fight matchmaking.
I'm about to go knock myself out because I'm fucking sick of waiting. This is bullshit.
Can we get the exclusive on that?
We can go live with it.
Okay.
Slap News can deliver.
Amazing, boys. Amazing. Final parting words. Anything, we'll go around the horn, you guys want to say towards anyone in particular or the division as a whole. We'll start with the lowest ranked guy, and we'll go up to the champ. So we'll start off with Isaiah.
So Wesley, this is for you. I love you. You know that. But I got to give you that knockout. I can see it going either way. You're a strong dude. Maybe you get me, but I think it's going to come down to me getting you. And then for all the guys that are just whining about all these fights and stuff, quit your whining, put in the work. That's all I could say. Some of you guys should change your fight stage names to Bob because that's all you are is for practice. So, but just keep putting in the work and maybe you'll get the call and don't say no. That's it. But I love all you guys.
Awesome, Isaiah. Appreciate you joining us as always. Great to have you. The very best of luck in your prep coming up. Power Slap number 8. We're going to see you there live, my man. So take care and we'll chat soon.
Later, guys. Later,
Thanks,
everybody.
My man. The Butcher. What's going on, man. My man? Some final parting words that you want to say.
I plan on making a huge statement at Power Slap 8. You know what I mean? We need a big highlight. We need a big knockout, and that's definitely the plan. And to go after John, right after that, I've got some words and I've got some stuff to say on the mic after we knock this guy out. And so hopefully we'll see John, after this. And if anybody thinks that they're just going to come in and take me out in one shot, You know what I mean? Especially when you're dirty as hell and you've been part of 2 DQs already and you only had 2 matches. You think you're going to come in there and take somebody who has one of, if not the best chin in the division in one shot? You're out of your fucking mind.
Awesome, my man. Much love, buddy. Take care. We'll see
Thanks,
you
guys.
soon. Bye, buddy. Azael, El Perro. Let's
So
get
the only
going,
two
my
that I
man.
want, John and Wes, give me both of those guys so I could finally either go down to the welterweight division and beat Manny in the rematch. I mean, I already beat Manny once, so a rematch to get the title will also be fucking sick. But moving forward, anyone that they give me in the middleweight division is going to be nothing but knockouts in the first round. I'm coming to get highlight reels every fucking match, so get ready for that.
All right, my man. Appreciate you, dude. Much love. Take care. And hopefully we'll see you there in Vegas, my man.
Appreciate you guys.
All right. Take care, buddy. All right. Last but not least, the champion, John Davis. This is your opportunity. You're going to get front and center. You're going to have the moment to put the entire division on notice. What do you want to say to them?
Everyone step your game up. Train harder. Train to be clean. Bust your ass, because you're not going to get up here off the couch like this is some fucking cakewalk and be able to get a title shot. Man, for the people who think that the middleweight division is anything less than all of the other ones, you need to go check the poll that good old Power Slap put up. There's a reason why they want to see the 185-pound title shot hundreds of votes more than every single other champion. They want to see me back. They want to see the middleweight title back. They want to see the middleweight division step up and show everybody what the fuck we're really about. You know, they want Matthew right there. They want us to show that we are the best division, and there's no question about that. 110%.
Awesome, John. Appreciate you, my man. Much love. Ding, you got anything for Big John before he goes?
I need you to get back up there too, brother. I'm just as frustrated. We love watching you fight, man. Thank you for doing this, and we'll hopefully see you at 8.
I appreciate you.
We know you're not competing,
Right.
but we want to see you at 8.
Fingers crossed 2 people break their legs and they have no choice but to give me a fight. No, I appreciate you guys as always. This was a good time.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. All right, Ding. There we go. The great middleweight debate. Got it in just over an hour. Some great talk back and forth. Got right into it, breaking down the division. Got the champion here, of course, which makes it even that much more exciting. Overall, what do you think? Where do you think we are in the state of the middleweight division?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually surprised. I think these guys agreed a lot more than I thought that they would. It didn't seem like anybody really got offended by what each other said, even though, somebody like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Brandon who made the comment about having the only person that could take a shot, which is kind of slight at the other guys, but maybe they didn't take it that way, or maybe they weren't paying that much attention. So I was surprised by how peaceful it was. But I just think in general they all kind of want the same thing, and I respect that.
Yeah, absolutely, my man. All right, dude. Well, let's make it a wrap. We'll keep on rolling. I think we learned a lot here today. I think it was great entertainment for everybody. We appreciate you all. We're out. If you want to see this again, let us know. Send us a DM of which division you think we should do next. Take care, guys. We'll be back. Smack Talk live on Tuesday. And drop a teaser, Ding. What's the next pre-fight interview coming up? Do we know?
Yeah, we got Emmanuel Muniz, man, coming out on Sunday. But if you guys engage enough in the comments, I'm okay with dropping it a day early.
All right, boys. Okay. Appreciate you, Ding. Talk soon, my man.